A little bit of hospitality, some history, recreation, and a great blend of shopping and dining. If you remember one of my previous videos, I talk about the pros and cons of living in Aiken. But today's episode, we're going to talk about living in Downtown Aiken. Hey there, this is Lindsey Vance, Realtor with RE/MAX Tattersall, and this channel, Living in South Carolina. On today's episode, let's jump into some pros and cons, starting with the first one, putting a roof over your head. Let's talk real estate. The real estate in Downtown Aiken appeals to a variety of lifestyles. Whether you're looking for a turnkey condo with little to no maintenance, or a charming cottage for an easy getaway retreat, or even a couple acres to have your horses in your backyard. We even have some neighborhoods that border the Hitchcock Woods, which is a 2,100 acre privately owned urban forest. I talk more about the Hitchcock Woods later in this video and in a couple other videos on the channel. Okay, now let's talk about some cons of the real estate in downtown. Aiken was put on the map in 1835, which means some of the properties may be over 100 years old. They've been beautifully renovated and restored over the years, but there are some that need a little TLC. I'm talking to the investors out there. This is a great opportunity for you. Now keep in mind, some of these homes may be on the National Register of Historic Places, so they'll have restrictions on what you can and cannot do with the property. Also, in city limits, you're restricted to what kind of animals and structures you're allowed to put on the property as well. Now, if you're living in Downtown Aiken, shops and restaurants are right around the corner. You can shop for things like clothing, dry goods, gifts, things for your pets, and so much more. My favorite part about these shops is you won't find them anywhere else. Now on to the restaurants. A lot of our restaurants downtown have food that is locally sourced. They often change their menu, so every time you visit, it's even more exciting to see something new. Now, to mention one more pro about downtown, all of our parking is free. Actually, everywhere in Aiken, the parking is free. Now, I think our cons are pretty obvious for our shopping and restaurant choices in downtown. It's as simple as having that small town feel and not all the big box stores and chain restaurants. Of course, we do have those businesses, but they're on a different part of town. If you're looking to be a stone's throw away from those big home improvement stores and fast food restaurants, then living in downtown might not be for you. If you look at a map of Downtown Aiken, you'll see a big green spot right in the middle. That's actually the Hitchcock Woods. Hitchcock Woods is the largest privately owned urban forest in the entire country. It spans more than 2,100 acres with 70 miles of trails to enjoy. It's free and open to the public. You'll see people with their dogs, riding on horseback, or just enjoying the wildlife of the woods. Now imagine having that right in your backyard. Okay, now this one was really hard to come up with some cons. I really don't have any. If you're used to being surrounded by residential development and business activity, then having this big green space right in the middle of downtown might seem a little odd to you. Overall, if you're not an outdoors person, then you may not see the benefit of having the woods nearby. Whoa, now hold your horses. The equestrian lifestyle here in Aiken is truly unmatchable. Can you imagine going for a trail ride in the Hitchcock Woods and finishing that off with a cocktail on horseback at the Wilcox? That can only happen here in Aiken. Downtown is full of equestrian life, from polo fields to racetracks, carriage drivers to professional show facilities. Another asset to living downtown as an equestrian is having access to the dirt roads and direct access to the Hitchcock Woods with more than 70 miles of trails. We also have a traffic signal that's safe for horses and riders to cross over Whiskey Road and head out on the trails. Now, of course, there are some cons to equestrian life in downtown. When you think of farm life and having your horses in your yard, the more acreage the better, right? Well, if you're looking in the downtown area, you may not find more than 3 or 4 acres. So if you want more than that, you're better off looking in more of a rural location. You also are restricted to how many animals and what type of animals you have on your property. In addition to that, you may be sharing the road with horses, carriages, tractors, farm equipment, and much more. So don't be in a hurry. Now, there are pros and cons of any downtown, no matter where it is. But today, I just wanted to share a few things with you about Aiken. If you want some more information about the area, I'd love to send you my relocation guide. Now don't forget, we have new videos hitting the channel every week, so hit that little bell icon at the top to get a notification. I want to be your local resource for all things Aiken and real estate. But I can help you really no matter where you live. I'm Lindsey Vance. See you next time on Living in South Carolina.